Welcome to another episode of the Sunday Social Impel Forward Podcast.
Definitely.
And what we talking about today, man?
Man, we breezed past a quick topic the other day about second chances. You know?
Second chance.
Yeah, and I think that's really important, especially to your story, man, because your story highlights what a second chance really is.
Right.
And then I think we should really talk about how some people just have a different perspective of a second chance, you know, because we were talking about how people criticize other people for their second chances.
Right. For while we celebrate the people who made mistakes instead of celebrating people who haven't made mistakes.
Right.
Why can't we celebrate both?
Exactly. Some people just look at that, you know, in a different light. I think personally, when I look at things, you know, because I look at it this way: if you never had to use your second chance, there's a lot that you're missing in that whole aspect of how it works, and that's where a lot of people criticize comes from, because if you never had to use your second chance, then you can't understand the work it is for somebody who has messed up and bounced back, you know, and that goes for any type of second chance, whether it's, you know, a criminal second chance or a relationship second chance or having a second chance at work. You know, it's just the whole concept of it, of having that resiliency. And when it comes to the criticizing thing, that bothers me, because I see people who, I got it, you haven't made a mistake. Things come off a little perfect for you. Things come off a little easy for you. But that doesn't mean, you know, you will talk down to somebody who has made those mistakes and come back and have bounced back or has done better. Because you were sharing something with me the other day about how some people who use their second chances and they contribute more than people who haven't used a second chance. You know what I'm saying?
That's because we have the people who've had made bad decisions or made mistakes that have experience, so they can teach somebody else or help somebody else not make the same mistakes.
Yeah,
you know,
that's that whole life lessons learned, man.
Right.
It's deep, and it kills me when you see the difference of people who have never, you know, had to come back from something that they've been knocked down from
and try to criticize.
And, man, it's crazy, man. It's crazy, and it's like they don't even see it, you know.
Right.
Because some people get their second chances, and it's just like, you know, I have to do better this time. I have to do different. I can't repeat what I did the first time.
Right.
You know? And I think that's the whole difference of having that experience, where some people don't catch it the first time. They've never been pushed to figure it out.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
And it's crazy, because your story is one of the biggest ones, man. It's about getting a second chance. Being locked up for an extended period of time. Hell, sometimes you don't even know if you're going to get a second chance.
Right, exactly.
And I think that's the crazy part.
Yeah.
You know?
Somebody told me I need to share my story more, which we touched on a little bit. But it's like you said, you don't know if you're going to get a second chance. It was times when I was locked up, when I was in prison. Yeah. I used to sit back and think about everything I did that I didn't get caught for. I used to be like, man, I hope they don't come and get me.
Yeah.
I had and not matter of fact, to this day, I have dreams like they came and got me and locked me back up for something.
God.
I'm like, man,
oh my God. That's motivation though. That's motivation not to waste your second chance too.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
That's deep. I like that. I like that, man. Because you look at some of these people, man, and it's like you can tell when a person has gone through something, you know, that's life-changing, life-altering, or traumatic.
Right.
And then it's like, I can tell you have that energy that life has looked at you and be like, okay, I'm going to give you one more turn. I'm going to give you one more chance.
Right.
Don't waste it.
Yeah.
You know?
And some people do waste their second chance.
That's true.
You know?
That's true, man. Some people get a third chance.
Yeah, some people get a third chance. Yeah.
That's rare. I mean, you know, I've seen that a lot, and myself included, man, even with dealing with relationships, man. And I think that's a common one amongst people in general, because relationships are one of those things, ain't no manual for it.
Right.
And so you make mistakes. You try to learn from it. But it depends. What I like to think about a person is, do you believe in yourself not to waste that second chance?
Right.
You know, how much effort do you want to put into it to not repeat those same mistakes?
Right.
You know? Right. And this right here separates so much people from never having that second chance. You know, and then the people who do have that second chance. Right. Like, how do they figure it out? How do you figure it out?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But I think it's it's into the person, man, if they don't want to waste that second chance.
Yeah, it's one of those things where you can't be scared to mess up.
Right.
You know, and even if you do, like you say, there's always a second chance.
Yeah.
To do better.
We hope so.
Yeah. Well,
we hope it's a second chance.
You hope so.
Yeah.
And like you said, that's with anything, relationship, getting in trouble, a failing business. It's anything.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I think the best part is you want to have the type of mentality where you can kind of create your own second chances. Mm-hmm. And what I mean by that is you try something and it doesn't work, but you still have the mentality and the ambition to, okay, I'm not gonna give up. I'm gonna give myself room, that grace to learn from my mistake and to continue and move forward. You know, and I mean that's a high level thinking. You know, more advanced thinking of it, because a lot of people just look at that first chance and they done, or they look at that second chance and they're like, well, I tried and I'm done again. Yeah. So, but when it comes to like having those things, those aspects of life, where sometimes you might not get a second chance.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah,
and there's a lot of people out there who never got a second chance.
Yeah.
And we know a lot of people, man, who, you know, when they have those life-changing events, whether it be something, you know, health-wise or like a criminal aspect or something where they about to get locked up for life or something.
Yeah.
And miraculously something happens where they health gets corrected or they got a shorter sentence, whatever. Yeah. That's that second chance coming into play.
And you just got to take advantage of it.
Exactly. That's what I was going to get to. You got to have that mentality to look at it, man, and say, okay, you know, I'm going to thank God for this, and I ain't going to waste it, and try to do something more.
Yeah.
So that's what you were telling me the other day about people who try to criticize you about your second chances, but the people who got those second chances are the one who are contributing the most.
Yeah. It
not
really
always
is.
The case.
Not always,
but you can tell, man, when people who have gone through something, you know, they know how to put forth more effort, more energy, and not have other people go through that, you know?
And like I said on the other podcast, we expected not to mess up.
Yes.
We expected to do right.
Facts. Yeah.
I ain't going to say you can't celebrate that, but...
Yeah. The way people look at it, man, it's so skewed. So people over here celebrating things. I mean, it's not bad. It's not okay. It's not bad to celebrate people who, you know, kind of skate through without having those mistakes or having to use their second chances. That's okay.
Yeah, celebrate both. You know,
but the experience, man, comes from it. From when you have that failure, you know, you ever hear the cliches? Fail fast, fail early, fail quickly, so you can go ahead, fail forward, man, so you can get over those humps and get on to the next thing or get on to the next lesson, basically. So it's just the importance of second chances, and I think this is a good topic because people, they know about second chances, but how many people actually talk about it? You know what I'm saying? Like really get down into it and be like, okay, do you even recognize some of your second chances?
Or where even had the experience going through a second chance. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
Some people just float through. Man. Yeah.
And it's just, you don't want it to become automatic. You don't want to become oblivious to it. You don't want to become, you know, so blind.
Right.
You know, because you want to be able to recognize that, hey, you get a second chance to do better than the first time.
Right.
So.
Well, we go. Wrap this up.
Man, I think that's dope.
Little short session.
So for the Sunday social. A short Sunday social session. Yeah. Ooh, say that 4 times fast.
Yeah, I know, right?
Nah, I'll leave that for later.
Yeah. And we'll be back, man, next time.
For sure.
Another Sunday social, maybe a little longer. If you like what you saw, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the Impel Forward Podcast.